here we already have some contrast, some dynamics between active vocal schemes and passive vocal schemes. Listen to the way that he's singing the beginning of the phrases with a bit more strength. We say that the vocal folds are active whenever they are closed by volition, by muscle tension. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back in the studio with a good cup of coffee for one more vocal analysis, and I'm laughing here. Today we're going to listen to Ed Sheeran a little more. He just released this song this week. I'm excited to hear it, and I'm laughing because I was wondering. I know that Robert Grant is in the music video, but I wasn't sure how to pronounce his name. So what I did was I just put his name on Google and did a search, and the results. Look at this. Did you mean Ed Sheeran? So I believe that's part of the promotion of the music video. I know that Robert Grant is in the music video. I haven't heard the song. However, I've seen some small clips throughout this last month of Ed Sheeran recording some stuff, and I heard some vocal distortions there. So I hope those clips I saw were the recordings for this song, because that was pretty nice, and yeah, I just want to hear more of that. For those who are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm a singer-songwriter and vocal coach. I just released a couple weeks ago a song of mine called The Crown My Fall. It's a rock song. If you're curious about my own singing, my own music, please check that out. It will be linked down below. And as a vocal coach, my work is based especially on laryngeal biomechanics. So the physiological adjustments that we do with our muscles to shape our voices into the sounds that we want to make. And that's exactly what we're analyzing throughout this and other songs. All right? So I'll hit the play. Let's go. Oh, of course, if you like this kind of content, and if at the end of the video you in fact like it, please leave your like button, subscribe to the channel. That helps me a lot with the algorithm. Okay? Let's go.
You think I was born to ruin your life, but you did most of that before I arrived. Some things are broken when you open the box.
So here we already have some contrast, some dynamics between active vocal schemes and passive vocal schemes. Listen to the way that he's singing the beginning of the phrases with a bit more strength. We say that the vocal folds are active whenever they are closed by volition, by muscle tension. The way that I'm speaking right now, my vocal folds are active. So I'm putting the muscles to close. We have that compression, and it just overall feels stronger. And then at some moments we can let our vocal folds passive with or without leak of air, breathiness. So we can make it breathy or not when it's passive. That's active. Some things. And that's as a vocal coach, those dynamics between active and passive schemes, that's something that I highly recommend that pretty much everybody practices. I cover not only active and passive, but different active techniques and different passive techniques inside my course, Building Your Voice. You can also check that out. The link is in the description below. And there we talk about different vocal schemes for each of these, as I told you. So we can be singing with passive vocal folds using what we call a Gregorian voice, which is when we want a certain degree of projection, volume, like sometimes, but I don't have breathiness. However, I can make that into a breathy voice, which is another vocal scheme, sometimes, and I can also make a weak voice. And now I don't want to be that loud or projected. It's kind of, as I'm singing, I'm trying to sing to myself. Sometimes. And oftentimes when we are singing, we'll be switching back and forth between them to have more expression when we're singing. And that's, at the end of the day, that's the main point or the main function of vocal technique, to be able to be more and more expressive in the way you sing. Not only the words that you sing, but also how you sing them, how your voice sounds when you sing them.
Broken when you open the box. Stop this. You've come too far. Enough is enough. I wish I didn't care this much.
example of Gregorian voice.
But I do. No one knows the half of it what you put me through. And I sometimes wonder, do you live with regret? Wish I could say I wish you the best. 'Cause I used to love you. Now every day I hate you just a little more.
A little more, a little more. We also have what we call inside vocal anthropophysiology. And for those who are just getting here, vocal anthropophysiology is basically the theoretical framework that I follow as a voice teacher. And it is a field of study and, of course, intervention in voice that considers a set of different vocal related sciences like physiology, laryngology, psychology, anthropology, to study how our environments are always shaping the way that we communicate vocally. And that includes, but is not limited to, singing. So inside vocal anthropophysiology, Ed is also using that what we call a horn voice, which is whenever we shape our vocal tracks in a way to create a bit more brightness. So in this case here, he's narrowing a little bit by lowering the palate. So instead of singing like this, like keeping the palate high at all times, like some voice teachers recommend. By the way, I'm not one of those. The thing is, it's extremely context dependent. Sometimes you want that sound. Sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it will be sound that you're looking for. Sometimes it might make some things easier. But sometimes it's just not what you're going for. In this case here, absolutely, that's the case. We don't want that dark sound there. We want it to be a bit brighter.
I've got better when I
Instead of
lost you. But every day I hate you just a little more.
a little active and narrowed, a little more, and then passive at the end.
More. Blame it on your history and say it's not your fault. I can't call you crazy, 'cause you could be diagnosed. Ooh, I used to love you, but every day I hate you just a little more. I wish that you would look in the mirror, 'cause if you did, you see the problem is you, 'cause you're a prick. I know that I'm your scapegoat whenever the rain falls, whenever you slip, or when you're in a dip.
I really like when Ed adds the rapping parts in his songs. Like, it's definitely something that stands out. Oh, I was like, oh, there is an Ed Sheeran inside the gym, but now I see that there are a few of them.
Was there to
It seems like, yeah, repertoire scene Ed like pretty much everywhere.
lean on when I was a kid, but now that I'm an adult, I see it for what it is. I have to lock the door now, fuck building a bridge. Take all your apologies and put them in the bin. For your dad's sake, please move out your dad's place.
La, na, 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 na. So pay attention. That would be the main thing here. Pay attention to the dynamics, to the vocal contrast when we have active vocal folds, when we have passive vocal folds. Like, if I were to say something that I want, if you are a voice student, and I absolutely think that most of the people who are watching this video, you will either be an Ed Sheeran fan or voice student, so you are learning vocals, you are developing yourself as a vocalist, you want to be a better singer, and if that's the case, if I could recommend you to take something out of this video and keep in your mind as an artist, as a singer, dynamics between passive techniques and active techniques. That's absolute gold, and that's also something that myself, like me as an artist, whenever I'm writing music, whenever I'm recording my own music and singing live, that's something that I like to express. And some of the music I make falls into the category of pop. The next song that I'll be releasing will be more in this realm of pop music, and some of it will be rock. And even with my band Mind Gaze, we play heavier rock/metal. And it gets harder to add more dynamics, to be more expressive when it comes to volume when you have a rock band behind you. However, that's important. It's still important. And when you can do that, it creates a whole different scenario and a whole different atmosphere, because people sometimes get so used to whenever they go to listen to music live, everything is so loud and you don't have like those moments that are different or more dramatic or more expressive per se, and you are creating that expression by being quieter, and of course the contrast in volume is not about being quieter, it's about having the contrast and not being 100% at all times. So that's definitely something that I recommend to every musician. Like, try to be creative and expressive with your dynamics.
Your mate, your sister's got enough to manage on her plate, to worry about you controlling your age. And one day we'll all be dead, but between now and then, I never want to see you again.
The therapist is Ed.
And I used to love you, now every day I hate you just a little more. Life got better when I lost you, but every day I hate you just a little more, and more, and more. Blame it on your history and say it's not your fault. I can't call you crazy, 'cause you could be diagnosed. Oh, I used to love you, but every day I hate you just a little more, and more, and more. I wish I didn't care this much, but I do.
So it feels like a Gregorian voice. It might be a breathy voice, but I believe it's a Gregorian voice.
I wish I didn't care this much, but I do.
I wish I didn't care this much, but I do. But then that ending is active. Let's hear that again.
I wish I didn't care this much, but I do.
We have some words that are active, much, but are is active, and then back into passive. And sometimes you might feel like, oh, I don't have the sound that I want. And it might be because you're trying to sing the whole thing in only one way, when in fact you have more techniques in there. So you can make this phrase a whole lot harder if you try to sing the whole thing active, and you can make it a bit less expressive if you try to sing the whole thing passive. And there is no right or wrong. It's all about what you want to express and the final result that you want with your sound. Maybe if you were making it a harder rock version, then you can go for it and make it 100% active. And then if you're just like playing with the acoustic guitar and trying to make a soft sound, maybe we will go for 100% passive. You have the choice. That's the thing.
No one knows the half of it what you put me through. And I sometimes wonder, do you live with regret? Wish I could say I wish you the best.
I don't know how she doesn't look like Ed. Or maybe she still will. Of course. This music video is so fun.
Now every day I hate you just a little more. Life got better when I lost you, but every day I hate you just a little more, and more, and more. Blame it on your history and say it's not your fault. I can't call you crazy, 'cause you could be diagnosed. Oh, I used to love you, but every day I hate you just a little more, and more, and more. Sometimes this doesn't got you better than I can. And you close your eyes.
I don't think this is part of the song. It might be like another song. No, I mean, it is another song, but it might be another song from the album, maybe.
Your skin, your hair, your world will change.
Beautiful. Beautiful. No, it's a great music video, great song. And again, if I could give you a piece of advice, would be dynamics. And Ed Sheeran is not only a great songwriter, and he's a marvelous songwriter, one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to like writing music. But not only that, like I'm seeing him become a more versatile and more expressive singer year after year. And by the way, this is not those clips that I saw where he was doing some vocal distortions were not in the song, so he might be releasing something else real soon. I think he is about to release an album, and this is one of the singles from that album. So we will definitely be talking more about Ed Sheeran here soon when new music is out. So yeah, guys, dynamics, be expressive, use active schemes, use passive schemes, use different sounds, be as expressive as you can with your voice. Let's go 100% for freeing your larynx and making the sounds that you want to make. We don't live anymore in that era where people said that you need to keep your larynx low the whole time and you need to open your mouth in a certain way. No, this is all about vocal freedom. You have this guy here, the microphone, that helps you to create a lot of different sounds in a healthy way because this guy is making it louder for us. And if you want to develop your voice to be able to produce the sounds that you always dreamed of hearing, then again, I invite you to check out my online course, Building Your Voice. The link is down below. When you click the link, you'll be redirected to a page where there is a 38-minute free lesson for you where we talk about a few different vocal schemes, how to belt, how to start practicing vocal distortions in a healthy way. And inside the course, we talk in depth about a lot of different concepts. We talk about ornaments, we talk about vocal distortions. We have a whole module on vocal distortions. We talk about passive schemes, active schemes, how to warm up your voice, vocal physiology if you want to learn about the muscles and what they do. We have a vocal exercise library with a lot of exercises for you to practice each of the techniques that we cover inside the course. And we have a bonus module on music theory for singers as well, which I find is extremely important if you are a musician and if you are communicating with other musicians. Also, if you're curious about my own singing, sometimes you're watching vocal coaches, voice teachers, and we become curious, but okay, this person is talking a lot about voice, but can they really sing? Then I invite you to check out my music as well. Links are down below. You'll find me on Spotify, Apple Music, and all major streaming services. Alright? If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell button to be notified when I post a new video. It might be something that interests you, then you have the option of watching. And if it's something that does not interest you, then you just ignore. But at least you have the option, and you'll be also helping me a lot with the algorithm so that this video will reach more people. Alright? See you in the next video. Enjoy your coffee, enjoy your day, and remember, if your concepts cannot... Just spilled my coffee all over. But remember, if your concepts cannot be seen in the real world, they must change, and not the world.